Stop doing the hip flexor couch stretch for lower back pain. It is a waste of your time. My name is Dr. Grant Elliott, and we have helped thousands of people fully recover from lower back pain through our one-on-one online coaching program and never had them stretch their hip flexors to do so. In this episode, number 128 of the Low Back Pain Podcast, I'm going to explain to you why this couch stretch is a waste of your time, why most hip flexor stretches are a waste of your time, and 3 hip flexor exercises that you can do instead to finally get relief in your hips and your lower back for good. Real quick, if you have not joined my private Facebook group yet, you need to do so. It is called RehabFix Low Back Program. And immediately upon joining, you will receive our free step-by-step sciatica guide. This is the same process that we have taken thousands of our clients through around the world to identify exactly how to fix their sciatica and ultimately become pain-free through our one-on-one coaching program. In this group, you will be able to see our clients and what they're doing for success and additional resources and more free guides. So if you're serious about fixing your back, you need to join this group, RehabFix Low Back Program. See you soon. Now, why is the couch stretch a waste of time? Most hip flexor stretches are a waste of time because most low back pain is not due to tight hip flexors. I know, it's crazy. Everybody is told that they have tight hip flexors and their psoas or their hip flexor is the reason for back pain. But this is old 2000s nonsense, okay? This is outdated and this is not true for most lower back pain. However, many people with low back pain do have tight hips. But sitting in a hip flexor stretch or sitting in any stretch for that matter will not produce long-term changes. It will produce temporary changes of relief, but it will not change your function long-term, and it does not change the muscle's function long-term. Most tight hip flexors are weak hip flexors. A tight muscle is a weak muscle. So many individuals out there are stretching their hip flexors all day long, but not seeing long-term benefits from this. And if you are someone who has noticed that, then you are going to love these next 3 exercises that we're going to go over so you can get away from all the stretching and start to get into the strengthening for better results and longer term relief. The first hip flexor exercise that we can do to start to improve the strength of your hip and help them feel looser afterwards is our banded lying hip flexor raise. What you're going to do for this particular exercise is you're going to grab a band, if you have one, of course. You're going to lay on your back, lift both legs up, and wrap this band around both of your feet. Now, one leg at a time, you're going to straighten one leg, which is going to increase the force on this band and is going to require the other leg that is stationary to support the force of this. This is an isometric hip flexor raise and is a great exercise for working the hip flexor, but also working the opposing glute and your core all at the same time. So this is accomplishing 3 awesome things for your body and getting you more involved than simply just sitting in a stretch, hoping something's going to change. The second hip flexor exercise is just simply standing and performing a hip flexor raise with either a band around your feet or a kettlebell or a weight of any kind. Stand upright in a good neutral position, brace your core, and just raise one leg at a time in a very controlled, slow fashion. This is not complicated, but you are going to feel an excellent hip and core activation from this. Quick interruption. If you're listening to this podcast and you're resonating with the things that I'm saying, and you're finally ready to be pain-free, and you don't have a plan, and you're not sure how to get there, and you're just looking for that guidance, then visit the link in the description or the show notes below. You can schedule a free initial call with my team, and we will actually go over your current regimen, go over what you should be doing, what you should not be doing, and how a better plan might potentially show you how to get to that pain-free state that you've been looking for so that you can get this over with and back to living your life. So if you're ready to finally figure this out, then visit the link below, schedule a call with us. Looking forward to helping you. Back to the show. The last hip flexor exercise we can do is our seated leg raise. For this, you can sit flat on the floor, legs straight in front of you. You can also push yourself back up into a wall to maintain spine stiffness and keep your spine straight. What you will do is with both legs straight out in front of you at a 12 o'clock position, you're going to raise one leg at a time. Let's say it is your right one for the sake of this example. And you're going to lift it and then move it out to the side to the 1 o'clock angle and drop it down. Raise it again, move it to the 2 o'clock position, raise it again to the 3 o'clock position, and then work your way back in reverse. Then you'll do the same thing for your left leg from 12 o'clock to 11 to 10 to 9 and back. This is very difficult, and a lot of you might notice a cramping sensation in your hip or elsewhere because you are simply not used to it. But these are going to help strengthen your hip flexors because, once again, a tight muscle is often a weak muscle. So if you're sitting all day, you might be told, oh, your hip flexors are getting tight because they're in this flex position all day. You need to stretch them. However, that is not true because you're also not strengthening them. How many of you who have been told that you need to stretch your hip flexors have ever strengthened them or were told to try strengthening them? Sitting and stretch all day is just not going to work. We need to change the function of your hip, the function of the muscle, because that will reduce the tone of it, will help it feel better, will help it be stronger, and will improve your overall function. Now, there is nothing wrong with stretching your hip flexors. It's just typically a waste of time if this is the only thing that you are doing. So if you want to combine hip flexor stretches with these hip flexor exercises, then great. But do not expect your back pain to magically go away if you're only stretching your hip flexors. There is much more that needs to be involved. And in addition to these hip flexor exercises, you should have an accurate assessment to determine what else you need to do for your lower back. Because even in this context, these hip flexor strengthening exercises might help your hips, but are they going to be a cure for back pain, disc pain, and sciatica? No, they will not. Once again, we have helped thousands of people around the world through our online program fully recover from disc herniation, back pain, and sciatica, and none of them were cured purely by hip stretches or hip exercises. You need an accurate plan to address your lower back to improve your function and improve the surrounding areas that might include your hip flexors. So if you are motivated and ready to get better and to get out of pain, then all you need to do is take action on this. We can help you, we can meet with you, and we can help you devise a plan that is designed for you and your current lifestyle so that you can see fast relief quickly. Drop a comment below if you have been told that your hip flexors are tight and you just need to stretch them. And let us know your favorite hip flexor stretch or exercise that you have maybe found beneficial so that others can learn and find benefit too. Once again, be sure to join my Facebook group, RehabFix Low Back Program, so you can get additional exclusive content and our free sciatica guide immediately upon joining. And you can look at the additional upcoming content that we're created just for individuals in that page. It is a great way for you to join a community of serious, intentional individuals, and you can get to see some of our clients winning as well, so you can get a real idea of what is possible for you. If you are watching this on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you are listening on your favorite podcast platform, please leave a 5-star rating and review so we can grow this podcast and help reach more individuals who deserve to get results, who feel like they're spinning their tires and getting frustrated in doing so. As always, move more, move in nature, move in the sun. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day.